Good morning, YouTube. Welcome to another installment of Mike's Vehicle Vlogs. Thank you so much for watching today. I'm not showing my face because it is quite early in the morning and I just got out of bed not too long ago. And I didn't, shower or anything, so my hair looks bad and I just look like I don't have my best face on yet. But no, it's early, so I have a yard that I gotta cut after we do this task. But so far, I got up a little bit ago. I had my adult breakfast. Voila. And now we're out here and we're going to tackle finally something small with the 01 Aztec GT. So in my last vlog, you may have recalled the dash warping. And this is a good video for anybody who is maybe looking for a solution to their dashboard warping like this. The Aztecs, and I know a lot of other GM cars from this time period, all seem to have this issue where the dashboard padding starts to come up off of the actual dashboard support, And, at first I was thinking maybe the bezel was maybe coming away from it, but, this bezel's pretty secure, and it's just, the sun over time, the many years. I mean, this is a 2001, so many years of the sun and the heat hitting the dashboard is going to cause this to come up like this. In fact, it's actually looking worse than the day that I originally saw it. It seems like it's sticking up way more. So this solution can be for anybody who wants to give it a try. I only saw one other video of somebody doing this, and I don't think they ever filmed the results, like a full update as to how well it's holding up. But I figure for a couple of dollars, why not give it a try? We're not going to hurt anything. So, and also there's no video that I can find on YouTube either on how to really take the entire bezel off of the dashboard, which is something we're going to have to do. I mean, maybe I don't have to, but I'm going to, because I want this to get down as good as possible, and I don't want to end up getting anything all over the bezel. One of the nicer pieces still of the Aztec. So let me show you what we're going to be using to try to resolve this issue, and then we're going to kind of do a how-to on how to take the dashboard bezel off of your Aztec if you are one of the few people who still drive an Aztec. If you don't, then you don't know what you're missing out on. Here's what my solution is going to be, and hopefully it's going to be a good solution. But I bought some liquid nails, extreme heavy duty. I'm sure it doesn't have to be, the liquid nails brand, but I saw the words extreme heavy duty, and I saw that it bonds in extreme temperatures, meaning it'll bond at 22 degrees all the way up to 120 degrees Fahrenheit. And being that this is a car that's sitting in the sun still, and I am going to buy one of those things that you put across the windshield for this car to keep this from happening from now on. But the inside of the car at this time of year gets extremely hot, so this should be something that'll also tolerate hotter and colder temperatures throughout the rest of the lifespan of the Aztec. So hopefully this will keep the padding down over time. That's what we're going to use. Of course, we need our caulking gun for this. And I bought 2 clamps. These were like $1 a piece, but I probably should have bought more. But I could probably get by with 2 for now. I may not be able to do the entire area that I want to, so maybe I'll just do it in spurts. or I'll buy another clamp today sometime and continue from there. And of course we're going to need a screwdriver, and at this time I don't know what kind of bits we're going to need. We may also need our sockets, one of the smaller ended sockets, you know. So as you can see, I mean, I spent, in adding with the cost that I've spent on the Aztec, the caulking was about $4 and the clamps were like $2. But should I even really count those as part of the Aztec expense, because the caulking and those clamps I can use on anything else. It's not necessarily designated for the Aztec, so I don't know, I'll have to think about it. But all in all, we got about $6 in product that we're gonna be applying just to you know, get the Aztec padding to go down. Mine was warping here when I bought it. Didn't really think it was gonna get like this that fast. So this is my main concern now. I want to keep this from coming up. I don't want it to reach these other bezels here. It's spreading. Looks like it's separating right about here. I could feel where it's getting wider. So that's where it's coming up. Here's going to be the fun part: tearing the Aztec dashboard bezel apart. Now I've taken this whole part off numerous times, not just with this particular Aztec, but when I had my first Aztec years and years ago. And I recently had to do it after I bought this one because the CD changer quit working, and I replaced it with a CD changer drive from a junkyard. So I had to tear all this out to tear the stereo out. This isn't that bad of a process. As far as the bezel, I've never taken the bezel off before, and I can't find any videos on YouTube on how to do that, so this is going to be a learning experience for all of us. But from the looks of it, it really doesn't look like there's a whole lot to it. We do have the screws here that are exposed that people don't like, but right where the handle is, there's one here, there's one here. They look like they might be star bits. So those are probably going to come off, and then I don't know if there's any hidden screws when we get this off. If there's any hidden screws like around here, that might help. There's nothing underneath, so from there I'm assuming we just start prying once we get the screws out of here and maybe whatever's hiding under here. Move these mats. There's no screws here. Yeah, so I think from there, honestly, we just start prying. The only thing that we got to be careful about is on my particular Aztec, we have the driver information buttons here, and as you can see, they are attached to the actual bezel. You can't just pry this off or anything to disconnect the wires. So when we actually pull the bezel back, the wiring is going to have to come off, and it might be some short wires, so we have to be really careful. The headlight switch is placed behind the bezel, so we don't have to worry about the headlight switch coming out with it. Yeah, the only thing we got to worry about is the driver information controls. So enough of me talking for now. Let's get my tools and we'll start tearing the bezel apart. Okay, so the screw inside the cup holder is going to be a 7 millimeter. 7 mil seems to work just fine. This is a 7, right? Yeah. And I didn't tighten mine up too much from the last time, so I'm just going to twist it with the socket in my fingers. There we go. This screw looks awful. And hopefully there's no surprises behind any of this when we take that off. Like a wasp's nest or something, because of my wasp situation. Okay, so with that out, that's all you gotta do. And then shimmy it this way, and voila. Okay, so now, like I said, you gotta do this, the screws here on the bottom of here. Sorry, did not realize my finger was zooming in. I believe that was a Phillips head. Yeah. So we'll get our Phillips bit on our interchangeable screwdriver. And like I said, I only have the one screw because I dropped the other one, so make sure you hit up the other side for you. From there, Just got to find the right spot to grab it at and just kind of pry it like that. The shifter might have to come out of drive, or park. I didn't think about that. So since I don't have power in my Aztec right now, there is because of the shift interlock, even if you put your foot on the brake, you can't release the vehicle from park. So this thing here, this little tab, that knocks it out of park. You need 2 hands to do it. That's all you gotta do. There we go. Okay, so we'll put that here also. Yeah, so there's one here, there's a screw here that might be connected to this. I don't see anything else around here holding that on. Hopefully we don't have to take the bottom off. I didn't think about that. It looks like it might tuck in underneath. Oh no. So on the bottom I see one screw here. I see one screw there. That's it. Oh man, weird angle. Oh wow, there we go. Oh, okay, so it's attached to something else. There's like it's like a rubber plastic type mat thing, or I don't know. Okay. So if we look, wow, look at that. Okay, so no screws. Oh, look at that, first try. Start with this one. Maybe we could just actually pull on the handle to try to get the bezel off. And then after all of these years, I may have discovered why the handle's there. Oh, look at that. Wow, okay, so we're off to a pretty decent start. Now I think from there we just pry. Oh, yep. Oh, and there goes the screw. One of them. Top one's still there, okay. Oh, yeah. Push it out now. I hate the sound of pulling this stuff off because it always sounds much more dramatic than it is. Okay, there we go. I might have to move the steering column down a little. Ugh. One more spot over here, I think. Oh. Nerve-wracking. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna move the column down. Well, maybe not. We could probably just leave it like this. Okay, so upon further inspection, my guess is I have to take the plastic off of the top of the steering column because it seems like the ignition bulge here isn't allowing me to get it off, and these pockets go in here so you can't really rotate it. And again, you know, designers, I didn't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't know, I might work around it. I don't feel like going throughout for all of that, but if you're actually taking this piece off, you might have to actually do that. So I'm trying to get this bezel to sit in a way where it's not folding up any of this. Wow, it's really coming up. It's coming up pretty far now. Okay, you can see this is all the remnants of the old glue. Oh, that sucks. Not really coming up over here as much, but like I said, this is the spot that I'm concerned about. That wasn't so bad. Not as bad as I was expecting. A little more work than I was thinking with this bottom piece. But no, that really wasn't that difficult at all. So now we get to try to figure out the best way to clamp this down so we can get the adhesive to stick. Now I'm going to fill the adhesive up all the way in through there as far as I can. Have it pushed down. I'm going to try to clamp it here. Right there. And maybe then my next clamping point will be right here. But like I said, I might have to go see if I have some wood. And that way we can shape it down a little bit better. There's supposed to be a natural curve here because of this. So I hope if I put something completely flat on it and it dries like that, I hope I don't really lose my little stylish curve there. Yeah, this side still seems to be down okay. At least it's not anything on that side. Ugh. Of course I'd cut myself trying to open the tube. Alright, tube's open. And I guess I'm not really going to be able to go that far, but I could if I pry it up a little bit. This might be one of those things where it's easier with two hands, but you guys get it. I'm just going to squeeze it all in there, and then we'll put the clamps over top of it. Alright, I just kind of pushed it all in there. Now we gotta try to sandwich it down and keep it down. I do wish I had a third clamp. Right here would have been a good spot, but we'll see what happens. Keep it down there. This side I'm not too worried about at the moment. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my towel and just kind of wipe it away. Got a little bit on the dashboard, but maybe we can get it off later on in time. The clamp's in the way of that one. I could probably cut it off too once it dries. Oh, I really wish I had something there. That glob over there behind the clamp is ridiculous. Well, if worst comes to worst, I can always buy one of those stupid dashboard carpet things that they make, those like dash mats, but you guys know me, I don't like having any of that aftermarket crap in my car unless it's absolutely necessary. So hopefully we'll be able to clean it up nicely, and hopefully this solution will work as good as I'm hoping. I mean, if not, we could try again, but trying to clean all this caulking out of here might be a little bit of a challenge after the first time. Alright, so from here on out, see, look, it's actually staying quite nicely now. So what we're going to do is we're going to let this sit for, like an entire day, 24 hours. I work, tomorrow, so probably when I get home, like later on in the evening, we'll come out here, we'll take the clamps off. It should be fully cured by then. And then we'll try to clean up the rest of this caulking here. We'll try to cut it off with a knife and see if it actually stays down. We'll put the dashboard back together and we'll go from there. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay, so it has been about 5 days now since I put the liquid nails on the dashboard of the Aztec to try to keep the padding down. I did come out here the day after to check to see if the caulking was dry. and it still didn't seem like it was 100% cured, so I left the clips on there for another 24 hours, and then I came back and took the clips off. So it's been at least a couple of days without the clips, and we're gonna see if it's still holding up. So here we go. And no, as we can see, it's coming back up in some spots. It's pretty solid there. This, I tried to cut some off the other day too, to try to clean it up some, and I discovered it really wasn't going to be sticking to the dashboard that well. It seems to be sticking over here pretty nicely. Yeah, so that spot there seems like it's not down like it should be. Over here, this side here, which was coming up the second time that I came out here to look at this, I ended up putting some here, but it seems to be okay. But yeah, this whole section here is not sticking. So unless I need to put more in there, doesn't look like there's a whole lot that made it in there. It's still very gooey. I don't think this is gonna work. So what I'm probably going to end up doing is I'm I'm gonna tear it all up, not all of it, but you know, try and pry it up. See, it is still very wet in there. It's not dry at all. Wow. So I'm gonna have to try to pry this up, try to clean it off, try to get all of the gunk that of the mess I just made off of here. This side seems to be okay, but I don't know, I might as well try and find something else. So I'm gonna have to look into maybe some other adhesive, but I might wait on doing all of that till I can leave the doors of the tech open because it's hot in there. But it was worth a shot. It was only a couple dollars, and worst that's gonna happen now is I have a mess to clean up. But at least you guys know how to take your dashboard apart in your Aztec. I'll look for another solution and see where to go from there in an upcoming video. So if you guys knew that this wasn't going to work, or if you guys were as curious and as disappointed as I am, you know, give this video a thumbs up, comment, subscribe. Check out teespring.com/stores/Mike's Vehicle Spotlight for all of your MVS and vlog merchandise. I'm getting ready to make another vlog right now, and hopefully I don't get stung doing it. So I'll see you guys next time. Take care. I hope I'll see you next time. Alright, gotta go get the gloves.